Great hammerhead. Hammerhead sharks are deep-sea predators, are one of the most recognizable species of shark due to their strange shaped head known as a cephalofoil, and are almost certainly unfairly placed on this list. Maximum reliable records of 300 centimeters hammerheads are common, but unconfirmed reports of twice this length are easy to find. And photographic evidence does suggest that they may be at least close to the truth. Researchers routinely come across individuals close to 4 meters, but sources for the true giants are too old and vague to take at face value. There are at least 9 species of hammerhead, and the great hammerhead is the largest. It has a wide-scope metal detector for a face, and is a large and weighty predator. This bizarre cephalic instrument is actually a biological ECG. The shark swings it across the sea floor to pick up tiny electrical impulses from prey animals buried in the sand. Like many sharks, they have a special sensory organ that picks up electricity. This works by tiny, gel-filled pores in their hammerheads that contain reactive molecules, which are stimulated by the energy given off by small animals. Blue shark. Blue sharks might be one of the cutest around. They're also one of the most commonly caught as bycatch, making their measurements somewhat reliable. Sadly, this also results in the species being reduced to near threatened status by the IUCN. Blue sharks are athletic and sleek, with the sort of vacant expression you'd expect from something so good-looking it's never had to pay for its own meals. These sharks mostly eat octopus and squid, as well as crustaceans, and being smaller than other toothy sharks, they're also a food item themselves. They make up for this by being quite reproductive and able to produce well over 100 pups in a single litter. They commonly grow to over 3 meters, with the largest on the record being almost 4 m long. Tiger shark. These sharks have been found with almost everything you can imagine inside them, including human remains, and have been called the trash can of the ocean. They're indiscriminate and frightening hunters, more aggressive than most sharks, and one of the few that's actually a common danger to swimmers in their habitat. Shark attacks are still rare, but given the low bar for what tigers consider food, they may be the only shark that would deliberately hunt a person. Still, we kill a lot more of them than they do of us. Between 1950 and 2008, 352 were killed in the nets in New South Wales alone. On their side, there are only 36 human fatalities attributed to tiger sharks. Thresher shark. We might be cheating somewhat here because threshers represent a whole genus of sharks, but if we were to make this list at the species level, the next 2 entries would be other threshers. And since, as we'll see, they're cheating too, 1 entry for the genus seems fair. This is a shark that makes a joke of length measurements. Its face is stumpy and short, but it overcompensates with a disproportionate tail. This tail can be as long as the body of the shark and is used for both exceptional maneuverability and as a hunting weapon. The largest of the 3 extant species, Alopius superciliosus, has been reported at up to 5.4 m, but this estimate is questionable, and the most reliable is an impressive 460 centimeters with a weight of 290 kilograms. Blunt-nosed sixgill, another low-profile giant, is again a globally distributed biter of meat. Interestingly, this species has unconfirmed lengths that are lower than the maximum confirmed length. The sixgill is a deep-water shark, using its oily liver as a buoyancy aid to maintain a depth of over 2,500 meters. Part of the shark's length is down to its particularly elongated tail fin, and its success is attributed to its diversity in feeding habits. Like its relative, the Greenland shark, it's capable of eating a variety of prey items using different hunting techniques. It's also thought to live a long time, and probably doesn't stop growing, commonly reaching an average weight of 500 kilograms, with the largest individuals perhaps reaching twice this. Females may take 35 years to reach sexual maturity, which makes them vulnerable to population reductions as a result of human hunting and other interferences. Greenland shark. This is considered the longest living vertebrate and is likely so good at living due to its refrigerated habitat of deep Arctic seawater. They've been found as far down as 1,800 meters and are thought to live upwards of 150 years. Greenland sharks move slowly, only really lunging into action when they come across a food item. Despite almost every individual being blinded by an eyeball parasite, they're somehow able to catch and eat ringed seals on a regular basis. They're also one of the largest sharks. Averaging about 3 meters, they have been found over twice that size, and unlike most species, don't appear to differ in size between the sexes. Since nobody is afraid of Greenland sharks and they're too ugly to draw in tourists, size estimates are more reliable than the more high-profile species. Great white shark. This is certainly the largest shark in our imaginations and the biggest predatory shark of animals with bones and teeth and bank accounts. Actually, while these iconic sharks sometimes attack people, they do so very rarely, only in the ocean, and as far as we know, never on purpose. Still, this anxiety around great whites leads to exaggerated claims of their size. As partially thinking animals, we like to justify our irrational fears instead of overcoming them, and we do this by overblowing the threat in our minds to match our terror levels. So, take most claims about great whites with a grain of salt, but from calculated estimates based on various other morphological measurements, e.g., one was the height of the pectoral fins. 7 meters have been validated by researchers. A much more common average for white sharks is around 4 meters, though these are long-living and elusive animals, so it's hardly surprising that they can grow much larger. Megamouth shark. Basking shark. These sharks are remarkably similar to whale sharks in several ways. Aside from being much uglier, they occupy a similar niche, patrolling vast distances with their mouths open, gulping down plankton, and growing to gigantic proportions. These are the second largest fish. And again, they're only a danger to you if you're plankton or if you try to lift one on your back. Basking sharks inhabit cooler waters than whale sharks and can migrate at depths of up to about 1 kilometer. The largest of these ever reliably recorded was 12.27 m, caught in a fishing net in the 1800s. Since they have to swim with their mouths open, scientists believe the increased drag involved put a limit on their size of around this amount. Due to the relationship between the energy expenditure of feeding and the energy density of their food. This is a very slow-moving animal, for obvious reasons, averaging less than 2 miles per hour while feeding. They're mostly under 4 or 5 meters long, but